Oh, hello there. Yes, well, good grief, it is the weekend, I'm very pleased to say. My God, I need some time just to, well, snooze a bit, read a bit, take care of my pussycat who's on the mend, all that kind of stuff. I might even interact with some human beings if I'm feeling keen. Anyway, today, yes, not mentioned in the British press and barely mentioned in the overseas stuff, is a provision in Donald Trump's enormously huge, brilliant, big, beautiful bill. Headline news is that, well, it'll once again stimulate the US economy by giving lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money to rich people and taking away services from lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of poor people, which we all know is going to be very, very good because that's always worked in the past. But here's the hidden in the bill at about the sort of provision about 7,000 plus, I kid you not, it's a 1,000-page bill, is some interesting stuff about the courts. And ostensibly what's happened is Donald Trump, through this bill and with the GOP passing it, albeit narrowly, what it means is that courts will no longer have funding to enforce their rulings. Which sounds a little bit innocuous in its own right, but what that basically means is if a court decides that you're wrong, they will have no power to enforce it. End of. So in other words, if Donald Trump decides to ignore a court ruling, he's fully entitled to, which is good, isn't it? Isn't it? Because he's the president and that's the important thing. But this leads to an intriguing thing. Number one, will it actually go through? Because after all, the president does swear to uphold the Constitution of the USA, and I'm not really quite sure if he can do that if he's not going to be abiding by the rules of courts, because that's kind of in the Constitution. So, I mean, I'm not saying that this is done and dusted, but knowing American politics, it probably is done and dusted. Which ties I don't know, the enormously large number of geriatrics that there are in Congress ultimately to him, because if they bring in this bill, which they're going to, which is very, very, very unpopular, which it will be, it means a lot of them will be facing not being re-voted for in November. But, fact fans, what it means is if they decide to simply gerrymander their way forwards by simply deciding that anybody they don't really like can't be on the bill or on the ballot, or indeed that their votes won't count, or indeed that you can just simply rewrite the entire constituencies so that, well, it just doesn't include enough brown people or young people or just, well, anybody with a brain, then you'll win automatically. So the GOP, by voting for Donald's big, beautiful bill, have very much tied themselves to him, even if it might involve, in a couple of years' time, Americans basically having only a sham democracy. I mean, it's getting to be quite popular if you think about places like Hungary, which is a sham democracy. I mean, you can vote any way you like, but it won't change anything. I know a lot of people will argue the same thing in the UK, but we can at least oust our leaders and take them to court. Because the moment that goes, and there's that whole kind of Runnymede King John thing, the moment that goes, you really do have a dictatorial king, and that might not be such a very, very, very good idea. We will see. Anyway, the British press no doubt will decide that it's all hunky-dory, and maybe we could try the same thing here. So expect to see quite a few voices suggesting the same sort of thing. Think how efficient it'll be. Mussolini, trains, et al. Anyway, do have a glorious weekend if you can do, just in time for the weather to be a bit, well, enjoy.